2-year-old Romario and 3-month-old Jael Mullings Sewell were each found killed by a single stab wound through the heart at the home in Cheetham Hill last November. Their mother and killer is 21-year-old Jael Mullings, who today was ordered by a judge at Manchester Crown Court to stay indefinitely in a secure psychiatric hospital. Witnesses testified to Mullings having once been a loving and devoted mother to her 2 young boys. But in the days before she took their lives, she'd been suffering from religious delusions brought on by paranoid schizophrenia. She'd also been smoking a mixture of skunk cannabis and cocaine and been struggling to cope with the pressures of being a single mother. Mullings pleaded guilty to manslaughter on the grounds of diminished responsibility. In court, Judge John Griffiths-Williams told her that he was satisfied that she needed treatment rather than punishment. As Mullings left court, she smiled and waved goodbye to her family. The 22-year-old has a history of mental illness. On the day of the killing, she'd been seen acting erratically and had called her GP twice to say that she thought she couldn't manage and that she wanted someone to take her children from her. Mullings and her boys were known to social services. The department withdrew involvement with the family after deciding that the children were not at risk. Now, the judge did make it clear that he didn't think that either social services or the police were to blame for what happened, but did say that he was sure that valuable lessons would be learnt from this tragic case. Jael Mullings' family has struggled to come to terms with the horror of how Romario and Delano died, but have continued to support Jael throughout the trial.
Jael is a young woman in the prime of her life, but is suffering from a mental illness. She was a brilliant mother, and under the circumstances coped very well with both Romario and Delano. We hope that in the future, people who suffer from mental illness will never ever be afraid to ask for help, and that those in the caring profession will never underestimate the pain and isolation suffered by these people.
Separate inquiries are underway into the role police, health professionals and social services played in the days and months before the tragedy. Georgia Calvin-Smith, Channel 9 News.